Most people think that marriages and relationships end because one partner cheated, or the constant arguments that escalate into explosive quarrels and fights. But here is the truth. It's usually something way quieter, completely invisible, that might be happening in a relationship right now. In this video, we are breaking down the silent killers that destroys marriages and relationships faster than you could ever think. My name is Eric Heaven. Welcome to my channel. Here, we discuss our marriages and relationships, and we share ideas on how we can effectively strengthen the cause of our relationships and our marriages. I believe that relationships and our marriages should be enjoyed. You should enjoy your partner. You should be lively and you should be enjoy their presence. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, kindly subscribe so that whenever we post a new video, you may be the first person to get a notification. If I were to tell you there is a magic wand, there is one trick that could really make your relationship grow, that could strengthen the bond with your partner, or there is a magic wand that will ensure that you and your partner never break up, but you constantly enjoy your presence. There is that euphoria, there is that vibe, there is that spark, there's that connection, emotional connection with your partner. I think it will be something that everybody would love to purchase, because everybody wants their relationship to grow. Everybody wants to enjoy their partner. But as human as we are very dynamic. And that makes the subject of relationships sometimes very complicated, because you are dealing with somebody, you are dealing with a person who has their own personality, who has unique traits, who is coming from a different environment than yours. I always say it only takes a good night's sleep for a person to change. But as dynamic as relationships are, I believe that if we develop certain skills and we pay attention to certain attributes, I believe that we could really grow a relationship forward. Nobody wants a relationship to end. But when these things are present in a relationship, before you could say Jack, a once thriving relationship with your partner could become a hell for each of you. Here is something nobody is talking about, and I find it as a dangerous catalyst to destroy relationships. This is emotional disconnection. We all know the value and the importance of emotional intimacy in our relationships. But somewhere along the line, we find ourselves drifting away from our partners, or our partners pulling away from us. This becomes obvious with the reduction of the consistency of your conversations. Communication becomes one-way channel. It's only one person doing the chasing. It's only one person checking up. Yes, I understand that normally in a relationship, there should be one person to really push the relationship. When you are lucky, both of you. But this is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when the relationship becomes centered only around your investment. You only have to do the checkup, or one person has to do the checkup, one person has to be testing, one person has to be making the calls. Only one person has to be giving and the other person receiving. This causes a gradual emotional disconnection between the two of you, because it gets to a point where that person feels like, why is it that I'm the only person sending the messages? Why is it that I am the only person initiating the conversation? I believe relationships should be a two-way affair. Each couple should put their weight together. Yes, there are times one person's interest may weigh down. One partner may be in a certain mood. But this shouldn't be a constant thing along the journey. And this is where emotional disconnection becomes obvious in the relationship. And before you are aware, the communication dies naturally. Communication becomes superficial, becomes a responsibility. There are no longer deep-centered communications or conversations. The kind of conversations where you could laugh, you can smile, you could talk endlessly without an effort. This has been replaced by communication becoming stressful to both parties. You have to struggle to communicate with each other. Your average duration of communication is maximum 2 to 5 minutes. This is a sign of a looming danger in the relationship. The relationship doesn't just end abruptly. The emotional disconnection, the lack of communication, the lack of deep-seated conversation, the lack of vibes and connection causes that emotional disconnect. This stage is usually characterized by silence and withdrawal. But that is not the most destructive catalyst of the relationship. Unforgiveness is. Most people are not aware that unforgiveness is a dangerous catalyst that destroys their relationships. I always tell couples, when you catch your partner cheating, it is not the cheating that will destroy the marriage, but your inability to forgive the person. Maybe cheating may be a big thing or a controversial topic, but most of us find it difficult to let go past events, to let go the offenses of our partners. We usually say that, I can forgive you, but not forget. What is the essence of forgiving me when you keep reminding me of my past mistake? Before they went silent, or before they emotionally disconnected from you, they realized that you were often bringing their past mistakes into conversations. Here is what nobody is talking about. When you do not forgive your partner, or you don't signal to them that you have let go of a past mistake, it destroys a better aspect of their personality with you. It kills something within them. An effective way to strengthen the bond is to show them signs of forgiveness and moving on from their past mistakes. When forgiveness is evident in a relationship, they do not need to withhold their personality from you. They reveal their true selves to you. Mind you, you chose your partner because you love them, and you love them because you are attracted to them, and you were attracted to them because of their personality. And what you do not know is that your unforgiveness and bringing up their past mistakes is causing them to withhold an aspect of that personality that you loved. So they are becoming silent, they are withdrawing, and they are emotionally disconnecting because they are not being themselves around you. Usually, when a man loves a woman, we want to talk to you about everything, whoever we meet, our discussions, whatever we do. But sooner or later, we realize that women are picking up on every statement that we make. And they keep bringing these statements, these issues in conversations. When it happens like that, we may decide to keep things to ourselves. In so doing, we are hiding an aspect of our personality. We cannot kill our personalities. We cannot destroy our personalities. We may hide it from you, but we may meet another person and reveal that side of us to them. That is why in most homes, you may see that the man is usually quiet. There are no conversations. Or the woman is usually quiet. They are not lively. But when they go outside, they are lively, they are laughing, they are smiling. Why? In the home, something is causing them to hide their true nature. But outside, they are free to reveal their true selves. If you really want to enjoy your partner, learn to forgive. And as you forgive them, forget. You can. Don't bring their past mistakes into present conversations. And this is where it gets interesting. That brings us perfectly to our next point, fault finding. A fault finder has characteristics of being pettiness and having unwarranted desires of changing and correcting their partners. These are things that destroy the egos of your partners quickly than you could ever imagine. I know egos are big things in relationships. Don't get it twisted. You need the ego of your partner because you need your partner to be lively. You need them to be happy. And you need that kind of aura of liveliness and happiness in your home. You wouldn't want a bored home. You wouldn't want a bored partner. You wouldn't want a silent partner. And this is the one thing that gets your partner into that mood of silence, creating boredom in your home because you are constantly picking up on them. There are things you could easily ignore. I'm not talking about brushing issues under the carpet, but I'm talking about overlooking things that you could pass by without raising an eyebrow. That is for the sake of peace and for the sake of strengthening your bond. Here is what no one is talking about. You are not mandated to change your partner. It should not be your goal, neither your mission to change your partner. If there are things you would want your partner to change from, you could better do in a very creative atmosphere by drawing their attention without the unnecessary fanfares that will create emotional disconnect. Don't be like a second mother to your partner, nor a second father to your partner. They are your partners because they derive their comfort, their peace, and their joy from you. After going through the hustling and bustling of the day in the office at the workplace, the listener would want is to come home to a partner whose mission is to correct me or change me. I would rather stay outside with my friends, binge drink, come home tired and sleep. A petty partner is always nagging. You always have something to complain about. You always have something they have to do right. If you are that type, you are unknowingly or obliviously destroying your marriage at a pace that you could ever imagine. Before you could say that, you have lost your partner. Let's pause for a second because this next part is very crucial. Insecurities. An insecure partner. An insecure partner exhibits certain traits like jealousy, control, and suspicion. This has got nothing to do with you, but everything about them, their background, how they were raised, the family they are coming from, their childhood traumas they have to deal with, etc., etc. Living with an insecure partner is like living on an edge. If they don't harm themselves, they are likely to harm someone else. A secured partner is always at peace. They are not chasing validation. They are confident of who they are. They know their values and what they bring on the table. If you don't see and treat them as such, they quietly leave the scene because they know the value they are bringing to you. They know the value they are adding to your life. So you losing them or you ignoring them is your loss because they'll find someone to appreciate their value and who they are. That is why they don't chase validation. On the flip side, an insecure person does not know their value. They are constantly seeking validation, and that is why they are suspicious of your movement. They want to know who is calling you, who you are chatting with, where you've been, or where you're coming from. They want to check your phone messages. They are always jealous of the opposite sex around you. They feel threatened and alarmed when an opposite sex is coming closer to you. When a partner constantly exhibits these traits, its ripple effect is that the other party becomes scared and withdrawn. Because not only do they exhibit the threat to cause harm, their statements and action put you in a harm's way. This makes it obvious that the relationship cannot hold, because I cannot be around a partner who is constantly nagging about my whereabouts, who is constantly suspicious of every ringtone. I deserve a partner who is at peace with themselves and at peace with my movements. Because hey, I'm not a child to be checked. I'm so valuable to be under someone's total control. This is not about power struggle, but it is about my independence. Yes, I'm in a relationship with you, but I have not sold my independence to you. I'm a unique being with my own set of reflections, my thinking patterns, my personality, my interests, and my goals to chase. Being in a relationship with you does not mean I need to kill or cut off my trajectory or cut off my social cycle. Well, if my social cycle can become a threat to the relationship, it is something we can discuss as adults. But I wouldn't want you to control me to an extent that you determine who I should befriend or who I talk to, what call I receive and what call I do not receive. You cannot tell me not to talk with the opposite gender or familiarize with the opposite gender. My role in your life is to offer companionship, comfort, peace, love, and joy, not at the expense of the things that make me happy, lively, and make me feel alive. I can only give you joy when I'm joyful. I can only make you happy when I'm happy. I can be your companion when you trust me and trust that I'll always make the right judgment and take the right decisions even when you are not around. So there's no need for your control. There's no need for your insecurities. And there's no need for you to fear to lose me. I love you and I'll be with you. I love you, but I can't allow you to control nor dictate my pace and movement, because I bring a value to complement your values and we together grow as partners. If these feel like you, I want to hear from you. What do you think are the other things that are really destroying relationships? What do you think are the things that are making you lose interest in your relationship? Put them in the comment section and we can discuss them in the next video. You can also check the comment section. I made a video on effective ways couples could communicate to enhance emotional intimacy in their relationship. See you in the other video.